Alright, welcome back everybody to yet another video in my Unreal Engine tutorial series. We are getting close to the end. We have a few more things to set up. I'm gonna set up some basic weapon functionality, some equip effects. I promised to do some containers that I probably will do, like chests and storage. And yeah, some more things, maybe 10-15 videos more. I don't know, we'll see how far it goes. So let's just jump into it. Before we start, I also want to say thanks to all of my Patreons. You are absolutely amazing. If you feel like supporting the channel with a little bit extra, please become a Patreon. All the project files for everything will be uploaded here as well. If you're new, like, subscribe, and everything, and let's go. Boom. Just gonna see so I'm actually recording. I am, so that's good. All right, so what are we gonna do? Firstly, whenever I do tutorial series, I always get people asking, like, how do I set up default items? So let me just show you. So you have the inventory component, right? And you have these equipped thingies. You can just set, instead of having it, the default one as an empty holder item, you can have it to whatever you want. You can have it to item sword, and then on begin play or construct or whatever, initiate, you could just server set. Actually you don't even need to change this one. This can still be empty holder item, but you just don't begin play, you just set whatever you want. So let's do, no, not master item, item sword, and you can see now I start with a sword. So that's just what you do if you want default items. So that's number one. Number two, I got some questions like how to set up item functionality and when you equip. So there's a bunch of different things we can do here. So this is the event that gets called when you equip the different stuff, right? So say you want to do particle effects. That was the actual example that I got a question about in the comments. Then we would just do mc play particle effect. And then you just play your particle effect from a multicast. Since this event is already running on the server, we can just call a multicast here. So I'm gonna show that as an example now. I'm not sure I have any. Do I even have any? Let's see. I don't really have the starter content, and I don't want to add it because I don't want to have anything in the project, because it's gonna make it harder for me to package it. Or actually, I can probably add the starter content, should be fine if it wants. Oh, apparently I'm not allowed to add stuff. No idea why that button should work. So yeah, fuck it, I'm not gonna do that. Oh, I shouldn't have said that word. Sorry. Anyway, you can just do play. Spawn system at location, and you can do you have to decide like what. Yeah, this is just an example, so You don't need to do this if you don't want to, but this is just an example to set up like different functionality for actually like putting the weapon. So what happens when you put the weapon on your character? So this would play a particle effect. You can drag that through as well and you get a particle effect. If you want different particles effect for different weapons, you just need to add variables here. So if we go to the actual master class, master item, where is it? Actually, not even master item. Oh yeah, here. So in the master item, you just add equip particle Agora system. There we go. Now we have equip particle, and then from here we now have the equip particle, and then you can drag it in. So that will play the effect, and obviously you need to assign an equip particle to the weapon or whatever. So maybe you want like a quick spawning fireball or whatever when you equip. I don't know. You get it. Then you would set that equip particle here. Actually, I do have something. I'm not sure. Radial burst. So now, when I equip this, whew, yeah. As I said, as an example. So, and that's when you equip the weapon. So you need to do that for all of these. If you want that, you could also, some people asked about stats. I mean, this is not really a tutorial for, this isn't really a tutorial for a stats system, but say you already have a stats system and you want to implement this inventory tutorial as well. What I would do is I would add say health modifier, and this will be a float, and then maybe in your character, obviously you would need references to your stat system, but say that add stat, then you would just get this do we have a reference to our character? Yeah, the owning actor is just an actor. Yeah, you would need a reference to your actual character. So I would probably do this in the begin play or in the initiate event actually. Yeah. You would need a reference to your actual class since you might have a different master character, right? So I would probably add that to the initiate event. But say that I have my master character here has, yeah, I already have the health value here in my master character. So I would do, I'm not gonna set this up. I would extremely properly since your class will be different. But I would probably because I want, as I said, I want this to be extremely modular, so I don't want to hard code my master class into the inventory system, because then when I give it away to other people, they would have to change the master class and stuff, and that just extra setup. I want the setup to be extremely minimal, so you would have to do that yourself. But I would probably on initiate. So on initiate, I would, actually we already cast here, so we might as well do promote to variable. Yeah, so you would need to change this to change to your class. See, now we got a reference to the player, and since I got a reference to the player, I could just add stat. You would probably have actually in the character a function. So health, you saw how we actually we probably did the max health that we increased here. So yeah, I'm not gonna go into detail, but say you have a health function here, but this would be, could be stamina or strength or whatever. So maybe you have a function called add stamina or whatever, add health. So now we would do, we call the function here, and then as you see, so now the modified value will give us health when we equip this. So yeah, it's hard to go into I'm sorry if this is unclear. I don't want to go too much into detail with this, because we're not creating a stat system now. We are just doing an inventory, and all of this will obviously be different. But so equip functions you want to call from whenever you call this, or when you actually equip it to the hand if it's a weapon. So that's how I would do that. We also have item use. I got some questions about like how to use specific items. So all right, we have this. I don't have set up. Yeah, I haven't really set up the sockets. But let's say you have a weapon, right? And you want to make attacks with that weapon. So you have a function called attack, maybe. Once again, this is your character. And you want this attack to be different depending on what weapons you are having. So let's do left mouse button for now. As I said, it's just a test. So here you have your function to play an animation montage. As it's not replicated right now. I have a bunch of tutorials on how to replicate that, but you need to do a server to multicast RPC. So attack, which you basically do by doing a custom event server. Okay, I might as well set it up. Attack anim. So I would do like this, server, run on server, and run on multicast. So the animation itself, in order for the animation to be replicated, we need to make a multicast RPC. Like that. Once again, this is not really a combat system tutorial series, it's a inventory series, so this is just examples. So what we need to do here is, actually you don't even need to run it on the client, since this one is the variable is already replicated. But I would, now we get the inventory component, we get equipped we get the equipped main hand, and here you would have your attacks. So you see what my point is, you can just keep adding whatever you want here. It's an extremely modular system. You don't have to have exactly this. You can add whatever you want to the items. So let's say I add attack animate. You could even do separate sub items or whatever. Any montage, and we could do damage. Yeah, just examples. You can add whatever you want to. So now we have them here, and I would do, there we go. So whenever we click the left mouse button, we now do the attack animation, and then maybe do a sphere trace by channel. Get back to location. Get back to forward vector. There we go. Or actually, just to make this more reasonable, attack damage range. Attack damage range. I would plug that in here, and maybe we do a radius of 25. So now it would play my attack animation. Now I don't have anything equipped, so we probably don't want to do anything. So if the equipped main hand is not equal to empty holder item, so now nothing happens when I play. We also need to, in the sword, we do attack damage range. We can do 500. So what happens now is I equip my sword, and you can, 500 is a bit much. But I would play my animation and do a trace in front of the character. And then we could do, damage to everything in that trace. As I said, it's not the best combat system at this point. It's very, like, you only do one trace. I would probably do a trace during the entire attack animation where the sword is, or just use collision. But hopefully you get the point. I don't have an animation, so I can't show you, but that's how I would do it. And then you do whatever attack functionality you have here. You just add variables for everything. So yeah, that's just some quick example to how you would add functionality for the different items. And it's pretty limitless. You can do whatever you want to do. So feel free to experiment and add whatever functionality you want. So I'm not going to go into depth to other technical things. I'll probably make a bunch of components and then show you how to put them all together into one RPG or shooter or whatever later. But that's going to be it for now. And yeah, we'll see what we do in the next one. I think we're going to do some controller setup. We're going to do a container. I'm going to give the physics parts of the inventory another try, and then I think that's it. Crafting system probably won't happen in this series. I'll probably do a different crafting component at some point. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.